Good afternoon, everyone. How you all doing? Awake? Good. Congratulations. You're down to the last hour in this room. This is officially the hottest room in the entire conference, so I'm impressed that you're all still here. To try and get everyone to make sure you're awake, I'm going to ask you all to stand up for a minute, please. If you can all stand up. Everyone in the room, if you can stand up. A couple more to go. Some people at the back obviously asleep. If you can just stand up for me, please. Thank you very much. OK, I would like you to sit down if you are confident in your financial future being able to achieve your life goals. OK, thanks everyone. You can all sit down now. So I counted about half of the audience stayed standing there. And that's something that we see in society. 46% of people are not confident that they are going to be able to retire and maintain the standard of living that they hoped for. This is a statistic from the UK, but it's a number that is consistent all around the world. The problem is that many people have poor financial literacy. They're being let down by an education system, and they're able to leave school not understanding basics like compounding and the impact that will have on their lives. And that's been made worse by a financial services sector that has, in general, catered to the richest in society, ignoring everyone else. So at Nutmeg, we're the largest digital wealth manager in Europe, and we believe in equity. We believe that everyone should be able to access the best kinds of financial services, the best kinds of investment advice, the best kinds of investment portfolios and wealth management, whether they've got £1 million to invest or just £100 to invest. And that really is why we're called Nutmeg. Nutmeg, the spice, when it was first discovered in the East and brought back to the West by sailors, a small pouch of nutmeg was so valuable that sailor would be able to retire. Now, of course, you can buy nutmeg at the local supermarket, and it's accessible to everyone. So what we're trying to do is to make wealth management that was previously the preserve of the privileged few and make it available to everyone. We're a mission-based business. What we do is we take the best aspects of a high net worth wealth management service, we strip out the complexity and the cost, and we deliver it to everyone online with the best user experience in the world. Our mission is to empower generations of people to achieve their life goals. Quite often when I'm talking at events like this, there's a belief that Nutmeg is a brand that's just helping to serve millennials in London, people in their 20s and 30s. This actually is a bit far from the truth. What excites me most about this business is that it has whole market appeal. I think of Nutmeg as the Amazon of wealth. Here's why. We address the needs of three very large major market segments. At one end of the spectrum, you've got high net worth individuals. You might think, well, why is Nutmeg even talking to high net worth individuals? Well, high net worth individuals are facing high costs. They could be paying anything between 1% and 3% to have their finances managed. They get no transparency in terms of how much they're paying and how much they're actually making in terms of returns. And in general, their wealth manager is underperforming for them. This is over 1 million people just in the UK, and that's worth £1.5 trillion of assets under management. It's a truly colossal category. The middle segment are poorly served mass affluent investors. These are the people that are currently with a financial advisor, or they might be self-managing. They might be using a platform. In the UK, the market-leading platform is Hargreaves Lansdown. There's 2.5 million people in this group, and they've invested £250 billion sterling. They're facing high costs. To access the Hargreaves Lansdown website and use Hargreaves Lansdown to manage your investments, you pay nearly 0.5% just to use the website. You're facing high complexity. You have to know what you're doing. You have to know where to place your bets. You have to know which things to invest in. And on the whole, it's still a pretty poor UX. You're having to fill in paper forms. And then finally, there's this third segment here, the ignored mass affluent savers market. These are the people who have been completely ignored and completely excluded from the market. In the UK, 7.5 million people with £250 billion sat in cash deposits where they are losing money because of inflation, and no one will help them. High complexity, they can't get advice, and they're all but excluded. So what Nutmeg delivers is smarter wealth management for everyone. We build high-quality, globally diversified, multi-asset, risk-adjusted investment portfolios, the kind of portfolio that a private banker would create for you, and managed by an expert team. And then what we do is we seek in every way we deliver this service to radically reduce the cost to the customer. We do that by building our portfolios using exchange-traded funds, highly liquid, very low-cost way of buying into market indices, through proprietary technology, which enables us to manage hundreds of thousands and millions of client accounts at a fraction of the cost versus the traditional wealth manager, and through smart direct trading. We've got our own integrated trading team, and we're running a full end-to-end digital wealth management platform in-house. We then deliver that beautifully, intuitively, and friction-free through our mobile apps and online. This strategy is beating the traditional wealth managers month after month after month. Here's our all-time track record. We've got the longest track record of any digital wealth manager in Europe. And you can see here across our highest risk portfolio, in green is Nutmeg, in amber is the average of the traditional wealth managers. These are people like Coutts, like Rathbones, like Brewin Dolphin, big names in the UK. And we're outperforming the average. And the way that we do that is by minimizing cost. The only way to guarantee better investment performance is to reduce your cost. It's the only way. So that's what we do. It's now proven to work. This is enabling us to deliver high growth for our category. We are now managing over 2 billion euros on behalf of 72,000 investors in the UK, and our unit economics are improving year after year after year. Now, these are numbers that are smaller in terms of users than you'll see from some other fintechs around the world. And that's because this is a very long-term business where we're building a business that's going to serve generations of people through intergenerations of their lives and their children's lives, not just the next transaction. So it's a big relationship that's built on trust. As a comparative benchmark, Hargreaves Lansdown, largest wealth management platform in the UK, they took they reached $3 billion of AUM after 20 years. So it took them 20 years to achieve £3 billion. Nutmeg is now at 2 billion euros, nearly 2 billion pounds, after just 6 years. So we're growing pretty fast for the industry. What I find quite exciting about Nutmeg as well is that we are not only winning market share from the competition, we're also growing the category. So we're bringing new people into investing for the first time. On average in the UK, only 26% of women are investing. At Nutmeg, 35% of our customer base are female. We're bringing down the average age of investing in the UK as well, down to 38 versus an industry average of 49. Our youngest investor is 18, but our oldest investor is over 100. So we really are appealing to all life stages. We're bringing in high net worth individuals as well. Over a third of our assets under management are £100,000 plus portfolios. And 40% of our customers are investing for the very first time with Nutmeg, which is super exciting. We have a very simple objective: to be the most trusted and fastest growing digital wealth manager in the world. We have a two-pronged strategy to get there. First of all, we will continue to invest in leading the way in Europe in the D2C market. We're the largest digital wealth manager in Europe, and we will continue to invest in growth behind product, technology investment, and further marketing. And that will be primarily focused in our massive UK market. But our second strategy is to now rapidly expand this winning model around the world in partnership with major kind of financial services providers and retailers. We've developed a modular plug-and-play model, which is now underway. We've launched in Taiwan a few weeks ago over in Asia. We're the first Western digital wealth manager to launch into Asia. And we're now in discussions with a number of different countries, a number of different players to launch across the world. We're the best-funded digital wealth manager in Europe. We closed the Series E round earlier this year, bringing in Goldman Sachs as a lead partner. And we are about to launch a crowdfund in the UK to democratize ownership of our company as well. We've got a pretty long cash runway, so we're not currently really fundraising from professional investors. However, there is a small secondary opportunity that's going to be providing some liquidity to some of our angel investors. So if anyone is interested in investing, there is the possibility to come in on the secondary round. Otherwise, the crowd fund will go live in a couple of weeks' time for individual investors if you'd like to get involved. So that's it. Thank you very much for your attention. Good luck with the rest of the afternoon.